Yes.
We were just trying to figure out.
Is it Zhang Weili or Weili Zhang?
Oh, yeah, for the Chinese. Yeah. They call me in Heilong in China.
Heilong?
Yeah, 我是 Heilong.
What does that mean?
Yeah.
Oh, dragon?
Yeah.
Oh, thanks, Esther.
你会说中文吗？你会说普通话？华。I never knew. I thought, wait, what's your heritage? Japanese? Taiwanese. It's Cantonese? Nah, just Mandarin. Yeah.
Do you speak fluent Mandarin?
I used to pass, but now it's shit. I just know, like, get by certain phrases, yeah. But, yeah, if I had a Chinese girlfriend back then, maybe I would be fluent. But, yeah, if you don't use it, you lose it.
Have you talked to Zhang at all this week?
A little bit, but she's busy. She's doing her thing.
She is, and you are too.
Yeah.
Izzy, what is your? You're pretty active on social media.
Mm-hmm.
What is your strategy on social media? Because it could be very positive, could also be a negative thing.
Yeah, I mean that's the balance. That's the yin and yang of social media. But fight week, I have time. I have time on fight week, so I like to let the week go by fast by interacting with people in a positive way, but also in a negative way. And that's not always like a bad thing for me because I like a little bit of venom, just a little bit, just a little taste. And I have to give it back as well. But also the positivity, I like a little taste of that. But if there's too much positive, then I have to just feed the trolls a little bit. And if there's too much of that, then I feed the positive a little bit. So it's all about balance, and it helps me get by fight week very fast.
How about non-fight week? How important is social media to branding, marketing, that type of thing?
Yeah, for the money, yes. I mean, posts right now, each post I do for certain brands, it's like 5 figures, 6 figures. No, 5 figures right now, but probably 6 figures eventually. But for me also, I fuck around on this sometimes, just like cause I'm me, you know me. My Twitter's a little bit R18 sometimes. My Instagram's alright. I say some shit that you guys wouldn't say because you have blue collar jobs. But it's fucking social media. People read too much into it sometimes. And like one thing I notice is like a lot of people, can you follow me? Can you follow me? Or like if they get me to follow them and they don't know me, then they're like, first thing is, wow, 2 million followers. And then they're like, then the attitude changes straight away to like how they treat me or how they react to me. And I'm like, you wouldn't treat me this way. It's fucking followers. Like half of the people that follow me just want to see some chaos. They want to see me fucking fall. They're not really there to, like a lot of haters, they follow me. I'm like, why do you even follow me? And they'll talk shit about me. I'm like, you don't have to follow me. My page is open, so block.
Do you try to maintain like a certain persona on there?
Nah, fuck no.
Yeah.
Persona, no.
So there's no strategy to it?
There's a method to my madness, but most of it's just free flow.
Right.
Izzy, you're rightfully getting a ton of credit for taking a fight here that you didn't have to, but in your heart of hearts, do you feel like you're catching Romero at a time that he's either been exposed or a fertile time for you to take care of him?
It's a good question. That's a really good question. Let me think about that one. So Robert Whittaker beat him twice, right? I had him winning the second fight, but Robert Whittaker beat him twice. And not once did anyone say, oh, but he's 43 or he's 40, whatever. But when I beat him, that's going to be the excuse. But beforehand, everyone's saying the same thing you guys are all saying is, oh, he's a specimen, he's out of this world, he's a guy that does this and that, and rah. I think I'm catching him at the right time, and he said he feels the best he's ever felt, even when he was 20-something. That's his own words. So when I beat him, I don't want to hear any excuses. I want my fucking credit. I want, oh, you beat the baddest motherfucker, quote unquote, by you guys, scariest motherfucker in the middleweight division, and that's why people remember my name.
Did anyone try to talk you out of this decision? I mean, you're getting like almost a mythological reception for like walking into jail on the first night and finding the toughest guy.
Yeah, oh yeah, actually, like find the toughest guy, punch him in the face. That's how you secure your space. Nah, no one tried to talk me out of it. Not my team. Tried to talk me out of it. Maybe I think Dana, but not because of. I think he just said nah. Like the UFC just said nah. They don't want to do that fight because he's coming off 3 losses, and that's fair enough. But I requested the fight because I understand what is at stake for myself.
How much time do you put into thinking about your walkout song?
Not that much though. It just goes through it comes to me. Like I was just doing an interview with ESPN. It comes to me like I'm a vessel. I just take the messages that I get from the creator, and I don't really put too much time into it. Also, like it's something that like my last one, I played that track as part of my playlist during certain hard workouts, certain deep rounds. So then when I hear it, it triggers that memory, that flow state. So yeah, it's not really like a all that kind of stuff.
Is it just like what you just hear it on the radio or hear it on Spotify and you're like, that's what?
It's all about feel, whatever I'm feeling. Like this next walkout song, I don't really, it's not even on my playlist, but I just heard it on my old phone and it was just recurring. I was like, just feel.
Can you say what it is?
Nah.
Surprise?
It's not crazy, but it's nice. It's gonna flow well.
Doesn't matter like the genre of music or anything like that?
I don't, you see me walk out to different kind of music. I'm a guy with different tastes, so I don't really discriminate when it comes to music.
Were you inspired by any other fighters with the walkout?
Chris Kasim Hamed as a kid, he was my first boxer I can remember early on when I was like 3 or 4. I remember just the aquarium, the little box TV, the radio station. I remember sitting in the middle just watching him just like mesmerized at how he came to the ring, his flip, and then just the way he just played with fighters. That was one of my earliest memories of showmanship, of boxing and fighting. Watching Prince Nassim Hamed just fuck with people. But yeah, he just owned it. He owned it, and that's what I'm doing as well. I'm owning it.
Do you think he inspired you to fight in general?
He's one of the guys I definitely take inspiration from, but he's not the one that inspired me to fight, no.
And is UFC missing personality when it comes to walkouts and showmanship a little
I mean,
bit?
Dana said, or even he told me he doesn't like that kind of stuff. That's why they turned it down for Melbourne, but I was like, nah, it's my show. But, I mean, Dana's Dana, and he's one person. The world is filled with many people, many billions of people, and I feel like through just being yourself authentically, you can really tap into something that everyone can relate to. And it's not really just about walkouts or anything. It's just sometimes it's the way I speak, my demeanor, the way I dress, the way I eat, the way I chew.
How have you been able to find the human decency to avoid the shoey movement?
So I did it once, only ever once, and that was in, I think, Adelaide, and that was out of my own shoe. Also, Australia, they're crazy cunts. Like for me, I'm a Kiwi, I'm a black Kiwi. We do things a little different. So I did it out of my own shoe. That's the only time I've ever done it. My mom was like, "You're never doing that again." And some chick recently at the prestigious award show, she tried to get me to do a shoe out of the cameraman's shoe, and I was just like, "You stupid." And then my mom said, she seems like an idiot. So yeah, respect to my mom for that.
You said you take some inspiration from different fighters and entertainers. I feel like you take some from pro wrestling as well.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, the Attitude Era was my era, bar none. That was my era for wrestling. It was real. It's fucking real to me. My sister used to like, you can see. I'm like, shut up. It's real to me, damn it. Nah, but eventually, eras like, I don't know, I wasn't used to the new guys and the new format. Like, it got too soft for me. But the Attitude Era, jumping off the Hell in the Cell, the Elimination Chamber, Mankind, onto Undertaker, you think he jumped onto on tables, like shit like that. Jeff Hardy, Hardy Boys, The Rock, fucking Stone Cold John Cena, like, and on the mic, I think definitely some of the charisma Dwayne has, The Rock has, like, rubbed off on me, because I used to just sit there and just watch and just like, Wu-Tang pie eating, like, I was a fan of that, and I'd just be laughing. He knew how to put on the show. Same with Stone Cold and everyone else. So definitely it would have rubbed off on me as an influential young kid.
The Rock did okay after wrestling. He did all right.
Yeah, I mean, he's all right. I mean, he's doing some stuff. I think he's all right, yeah.
You've accomplished a crazy amount in 2 years in the UFC. Considering people are talking just as much about you fighting Jones or going to heavyweight, how detailed is your next 2-year plan right now?
It's very detailed, but you have to be able to account for variables. You have to be able to adapt to certain things that aren't foreseen, like you can't plan everything. You have a certain degree of planning, but at the end of the day, life's gonna say fuck you, and you just have to roll with it. So that's one thing. A lot of people who would like to have too much control what way they fall is because they want to have the ultimate, no, this is how things are gonna go, this is my way. But you have to be able to let go. Like, I think I learned that not recently, but like a few years ago, usually in one of his last few fights, kickboxing fight, I can't remember, but yeah, I learned it from him when he just said, I've done all the work, and there's no need to stress, and he just let go. My last fight, I took that on board, and there was no need to stress. I knew I did all the work, and I just let go. You surrender yourself, surrender to the will of the universe, and you just let go, just flow.
Is it fair to say that superstardom is on the line for you in this fight?
Yeah, a lot's on the line. Fucking a lot's on the line, you know? Not just for me, for Yoel Romero as well. But, I mean, I don't know what the odds are saying. I don't really care. For me, I feel like the underdog. I feel like people want to see me eat shit this fight. I feel like people want to see me fall this fight. Especially because this is the nature of the beast. This is the nature of what we've created. We like to build people up, build them up so much, and then just tear them down because we see inadequacy in ourselves because of the way they're shining. And a lot of the times people, I can't stand this guy anymore. And they'll find any reason and they'll be reaching for any little thing, you know? And it's like, just say you don't like me. It's better for your own conscience. It's better for your own soul. If you don't like me, just say, like, if I don't like someone, and you don't have to like everyone. Like certain people I don't fuck with just because of energies, but I just don't associate with them. But I don't go out of my way to like, because then I'm still focusing on them. You know what I mean? So if I don't like someone, I just avoid them.
Champ, now that you have gold around your waist, how's your life changed? So like a lot of hanger-ons? Did you have to tighten your inner circle or anything like that?
100%. Oh man, the leeches are everywhere. Fucking the snakes, the vultures, you know. But thing is, vultures only circle around dead, deceased creatures, and I'm thriving, I'm living. But I see them circling because they're hoping not to fall, they're hoping not die soon. But this is they'll be circling for a long time. And for me, I've tightened my circle. There's definitely been a lot of people I've cut off. Recently, even as recent as this week, because why tell the truth when the lie's more entertaining, you know? Why? Yeah, I'll leave it at that. But like, there's a lot of people in my life that I hold dear to me, but there's a lot of people that definitely I just don't fuck with anymore because it's unfortunate. Just not all your homies can grow with you. Not all your people can grow. Even family for some people. Not everyone can grow with you, and that's okay. It doesn't mean you don't love them anymore or don't love them any less. It's just like, cool, I just have to keep doing what I'm doing, and you're dead weight, so die.
The last question had to do with the word superstardom.
Mm-hmm.
You perked up. Have you seen that stadium right across from the Mandalay Bay? And have you thought about walking down a ramp or something like that? Because the UFC's based in Vegas. They're going to want to occupy that stadium.
Raider Stadium,
have you pictured it? Have you pictured an opponent?
Raider Stadium.
Raider Stadium.
Come on,
it's called Allegiant Stadium, but yeah, it's
what's it called?
Allegiant Stadium.
Allegiance.
But that's where the Raiders are going to play.
I like the name Allegiance. But yeah, I mean, you see me talk about it. You said 2021, you know I'm going to fight over there. But every time I drive from the PI, every single time I drive past it, I see it. Every time it's getting built, it's getting finished closer and closer. And it's so beautiful. Like what's his name? Rich Eisen said, the Death Star. It looks like the Death Star in the middle of Vegas, and it's just cool to watch. It's just a beautiful, shiny, glossy black bowl, and yeah, definitely I see myself fighting there 2021.
Do you just picture a figure across from you, or do you see faces already?
I know who I'm going to fight there, but we know.
Have you talked to the UFC about this particular fight?
I mean, Dana knows. I already said it, so they know. Everyone knows, and yeah. But first things first, him right there. I got to take care of him. That's the only thing I'm focused on right now is him and getting past him. Because if I don't get past him, all what I have in plan falls to the wayside, and I have to restart from another level that I don't want to be at. So I just keep going forward, and I just keep, focus.
Can you talk about yesterday? You kind of mentioned it a little bit how this co-main could be the fight of the card. I mean, why were you saying that? I mean, what intrigues you about that fight?
I'm telling you, isn't it International Women's Month, right? It's International Women's Month. I'm telling you, if you're a fan of fighting, if you're a fan of skill, if you're a fan of will, if you're a fan of technique, you need to watch this fight. Because, they say, oh, you fight like a girl. That's an insult. Even I see girls say that. If I beat a girl sometimes at beer pong or ping pong or something, oh, you got beat by a girl. Like, don't you realize you just fucking sunned your own self? Like, you just diminished your own sex because you said I got beat by a girl. So what, you're lesser than me because you're a girl? Trust me, I spar with some girls like Jenna at my gym, and she's southpaw. She's a good look as well for Romero. She's bigger than him, but she definitely gives me some work. I'm telling you, this fight, the co-main event is going to be the fight of the night. Or it might be a one-sided, I don't think it's going to be one-sided. It might be a quick finish or a fight of the night. Man, you don't want to miss this fight, man. Especially the ladies. If you're like want to support girls, if you want to really show support for girls, watch this fucking fight.
Who's your pick?
Izzy, I saw you collected a good, nice little collection of Porsches.
Yeah, a couple.
Which one did you take in today?
Today I'm in yesterday's one actually because they haven't swapped it out yet. I'm in the black one. And I know which one. Today's one will be different. I think I'll pick it up when I get back to the hotel.
Is it important for you to like have fun during the fight?
For myself, yeah, definitely. But I mean, the Porsche thing is not really part of the fun. It's just business. You know, it's business as usual. But for me, I like to have fun during fight week. I said it in my last fight week. I said, when I'm having fun, I'm the best in the world. And I had fun, and I stayed the best in the world.
Do you feel like you've been knocking down doors and opening doors for young fighters who want to show their personality and to do the things that you do out there?
Yeah, definitely. And I'm not saying like, you know, you could do the whole cut a promo thing or try and be Kobe or Cringe King. That's still part of them. People don't want to acknowledge that. They want to try and make it like, oh, that's just, you know, WWE type antics. But I'm like, nah, that's still part of them. And when it's time to fight, they fucking fight. We're not doing the woo, all that kind of stuff. We're actually fighting. This isn't fake shit. This is as real as it gets. But yeah, I feel like me just being authentically me. Like I think the guy Dana used in the past was Gunnar Nelson, and said like he doesn't say 2 words or 3 words more than that, but he's still an interesting character because of who he is. He's just himself. So I think young fighters should just be themselves. Don't look at me and try, I want to be like that. Just cultivate your own identity. Yeah, and I definitely have looked at guys like Ali, like I said, Prince Nassim, Anderson Silva, over the years and taken inspiration from them. But over time, I kind of cultivated my own identity.
Has it become bigger than fighting at this point, where it's not just what you do in the octagon, but everything else that surrounds it?
Yeah, I mean, my work comes home with me all the time, so that's why I'm moving. So yeah, I just want to. It's bigger than fighting, but at the same time, I'm still me. I'm still a young kid who's just living his dream, you know. So I want to keep doing that. I don't want to be. I'm not your guru, as what's his name? Fuck, I can't remember his name. That escapes me. Big giant man, motivational speaker. Tony Robbins, my bad. Fuck. I know the name, it just escaped me right now. Sorry, Tony. Yeah, you know, I'm not your guru.
Last thing, you spent a lot of your life being a little bit different, being the outcast. Do you still feel like you're the outcast in the UFC?
Constantly. I know that people are embracing me and stuff like that, and then I get a lot of attention, a lot of love, a lot of perks. I like the perks. But I feel like the outcast. I feel like the guy that I talked about it on Joe Rogan Experience a little bit, like what do you call it? Imposter syndrome a little bit. I don't know if that's exactly it, but sometimes you have to, you know, I know I belong here. I fucking belong here. I've proven I belong here. But there's a little bit of that sometimes, so I feel like an outcast in that sense. And I have to keep proving myself every time I step in that octagon, every time I step in this arena of the media, every time there's a camera on me, there's a low-key side of me that feels like I have to prove myself right.
Israel, are you the greatest dancer of all time in the UFC?
Definitely not. I'm just a kid who likes to have fun. I don't know what. Just because I said I like to dance, so people think, oh, he thinks he's the man at dancing. I'm the man at dancing, but I never said I'm the greatest.
Who do you think is the best in UFC history?
RP Ryan Jimmo, he was pretty good. Yeah, I liked his style. He was a man. I never really got to meet him. I never really got to see his style completely, but I would have liked to dance him. But no, I definitely will smoke most people in the UFC, if not all.
Did you ever do Dancing with the Stars?
That's later on. That's later on after fighting. Not definitely during fighting. But I'll see. I don't know. Maybe not. I don't know. Depends. Do you get paid for that? Okay, yeah, oh yeah, definitely, oh yeah, we got to talk then, yeah. I was like, I don't do shit for free. Yeah, no free plugs, yeah. If you get paid, if the money's right, probably after fighting.
There's been a lot of talk about the way we score MMA fights.
Oh man, huh.
Are you someone that wants to know the score as you go in your fight?
I think so. I mean, Max Holloway was the one saying, we're the only sport in the world, or one of the only, like, you don't know the score till after the fight. It's like stupid, because then there's a lot of room for errors. Like, I've seen promoters in China fuck up scorecards against my teammate, even Blood Diamond, like my closest teammate. Like, they fuck up the scorecard, you know, like, because they want their guy to win. But if all fight sports, like, after the round's done, like they do in the commentary, you know, they have the, you know, this is what I give the score. They should have the judge and the judge's face as well plastered there. This judge scored it. This judge scored it. And then also, fucking hell, we have 10 points, right? That last round with Kelvin Gastelum, if I was a judge and I was using all the 10 points in the 10-point must system, I would give that fight, because I also grappled him, I out-grappled him, outstruck him. I would give me a 10-4. You know what I mean? What? There's 10 fucking points. Why? What? Oh, 10-8. Ooh, he rocked him a little bit. I fucking rocked him 4 times. I dropped him 4 times. So make it a 10-4. You know, use all the points. You know, what's so wrong with that? If maybe, example, the Whitaker fight, the round 1, I can give that a 10-9. Oh no, at the end 10-8. That's definitely 10. 'Cause I dropped him. What's another one? What's a good one? Wait. Brad Tavares, the 4th or 5th round. I can give that like a 10-7, 10-6. Use the points. It's fucking 10 points. And make a group chat. Fucking hell, it's not that hard. Who do you have to talk to? Like, just make a group chat. The 12-6 elbow. Who agrees that's a stupid rule from 1993 when some dumb commissioner saw ice breaking or whatever? Make a group chat. All opposed? Aye. All in favor? Cool. Done. Change the rule. I don't know why it has to take 6 years to change the fucking rule. It's so stupid and it's frustrating. So just make a group chat. I don't know. Fuck. Yeah.
What do your parents think about your fight? Because initially they were against it.
Nah, they're here. They're my corner people. They're in the corner right there. They're smart. My dad especially. He's a very smart man. Like I don't do his genetics justice all the time when it comes to books, but I'm smart in my own way. But he's a very smart man, and he's a soccer fan, a football fan. So now they watch every single UFC. They watch every single fight night, and they'll watch all the fights, and they'll watch all the middleweights on the fights, and then they'll study them. And even for this fight, my dad's giving me some pointers on what to do against Romero and what to not do against him that'll help me in the fight. And it's common sense, but it's effective. I know it's going to be effective. So yeah, they're always there to support me. And my brother David as well. He's got a big voice like mine, so they put him right in front so he can see and project his voice as well and tell me what to do, because he's very smart. He has a very good IQ for fighting as well. So yeah, they're big fans of the sports now. So, and that's the same thing for Nigeria as well. Nigeria's starting to like pick up on MMA, and they stay up to 4 a.m. to watch my fight. And I feel proud of that. You know, I want to be the guy that shuts the country down when I fight, and then they can party till the next day midnight because I dominated.
How long did it take them to embrace you getting into fighting?
They supported me from the jump. They didn't like it, but you know, if you can't beat them, join them. And eventually they joined me. It didn't take long. I think when the money started flowing in, they're like, ooh, all right, we can make something happen here.
Israel, I was just talking to Li Jingliang, and he was saying that back in China, everyone knew about Heilong.
Heilong, yeah.
Yep. This is sort of a Chinese star between you and Li Jingliang.
Yeah.
Can you tell us a little bit about that experience in China, and maybe offer an anecdote about just a fish out of water and dominating?
China was an experience that you can't buy, you just have to do, and a lot of people couldn't survive there. A lot of people left. There was a program we kind of had. It wasn't an official program, but a lot of people left because they couldn't hack it. It's not for everyone. You know, living in the middle of nowhere, 20 minutes away from the nearest city, fucking training every day, eating like almost not prison food, but like off metal trays. But traveling all over China, fighting every other weekend or every weekend for some people. Like it's not for everyone, but it definitely gave me a lot of experience for all this shit. China. I had a lot of cameras in my faces. I use that as practice. Being stared at by people, China. Like a lot. We fought at some places that so rural that they'd never seen a tourist before. They'd never seen a black person in real life before. Like they would just be. So all that I use it as practice. Like I have the record for staring contests with old people, and I win every time. You know. But yeah, I mean it's all practice. Being mobbed by fans after the shows, practice. China was good practice for that. So it wasn't just for fighting, but for all this shit. China was a good practice for that, and I'm grateful for my time in China. Well, Zhongguo.
Yeah. 2 years off at one point from MMA. Can you maybe let us know about that sort of redirection in your career? Why exactly was that to concentrate on kickboxing, perhaps?
I just think this was early on in my career. I think kickboxing just took over, and I was just doing so good at that. But I was always training grappling. Yeah, I was just so good at kickboxing that we honed that base first, and that was already my bread and butter stand-up, so we just honed that first.
All the guys on your team between Kyle and Dan, you all took a really different path to the UFC. Yours was a little bit more measured and slow, but once you got here, you've been on fire. So can you sort of tell us the benefits of taking a slow and measured approach to getting to a big show?
I said it earlier on. I want to get here and be able to fight the best in the world. I don't want to be the guy that that just gets here and then crash. So we took our time. We made sure we fought different styles, different people from all around the world, different codes. And then when it was time, I was ready in 2015, but we still took our time. And I think it was 2017 I got signed. 2018 I had my first fight. So it still took a few years to get there, but we can never be too ready.
What do you think to Dan's fight against
Oh yeah, I like that. I haven't really looked too much into it, but I like that fight for Dan. Is that it?
I came to
you
get a couple questions.
No worries.
With you guys. Am I good? I want to do a one-on-one, so I don't want to interrupt you either. My man.
What's up, brother?
Good to see you. Jim Grease out of the cage side seat. I'm trying to lean in there. I'll probably fall. Shot behind you.
I'll say it him so he doesn't trip.
That's my dude right there.
Yeah.
Everybody knows he's a champ.
Okay, sure. I got plenty of good stuff. I didn't roll it.
Bring on us. Hey, you like that?
No, it's gonna be.
I know how image conscious you are. It's one of the things I love.
Thank you, sir. I'm a little vain. Which one?
Those guys yesterday with the kicks.
It's
I
all
ran into them on
freestyle.
the way out. Yeah. All right. So let it take us to the fight. All right. So this way. 3, 2. What's up, fight fans? Jim Greashopper. Call me Grease. It's Cage Side Seat, the best MMA talk with the biggest names in the sport from the best seat, his seat, in the house. And it's high above media day for UFC.